Dave Nichols, who's here. I told him I wouldn't embarrass him too much. A couple of years ago, I was in a feed efficiency advisory board meeting with him, and he talked about the need for seed stock producers to be educators. And that really stuck with me, right? There's only one of me for basically for the entire state of Missouri. There's only one extension specialist who's in charge of beef genetics. So I have limited opportunities to touch people and to touch farmers and ranchers and to influence how those cattle are selected and managed. You all have contact and interactions with beef producers probably each and every day, right? And so if you can take some of the messages that we're talking about in this meeting today and help your customers be more successful and adopt these technologies, you're going to help them, you're going to help you're going to help yourself as well. This is one of my friends back in Missouri, Ron Locke, and he told me a story once about how he had a producer come to his farm and was wanting to buy a bull, okay? So this producer explained to him why he was needing the bull, and basically he was able to find out that he was needing a Cavanese bull. So this producer went out in the pen and basically selected a bull by visual appraisal. The bull that he picked, Ron knew, was not a Cavanese bull. And so he told him he was not going to sell him that bull because he knew it wasn't going to do the job that he needed it to do. He refused to sell him the bull he picked because he knew that the Cavanese direct EPD pointed him to other bulls in that pen that he should have used. And so he turned down a sale, one, because he didn't want that customer to be unhappy with his purchase, but two, it was also kind of a tough love educational experience for that producer. And it really showed, I think, the dedication to data that Ron has. Most of you have one of these, right? A cell phone. How many of you can explain to me how a cell phone actually works? The nuts and bolts, theory, science of how it works. Anybody? I have no clue how this thing works. But I do know when I call a family member, I hear their voice on the other end of the line. I know when I need to get directions to Semitol headquarters for the opening gala last night, this phone will help me get there. So I have no idea about how it works, but I know that it does work. And so some of the things that we talk about today, and as we talk about genetics and genomics, you don't actually need to know how they work. That's not knowledge you need to have. What you do need to know is that they do work. And you can have that trust in the technology and put it to use for you and your customers. Some of the messages that I'm trying to get out, and I would recruit you to try to get out as well, is the trust and the effectiveness of these beef breeding best practices and the new technologies we have. When a breeder consistently uses Cavanese Direct to select a Cavanese bull, the majority of the time they're going to make that right decision. The simplicity of using selection indexes and genomic technologies. Talking earlier today, we can open up a sire catalog or we can do an internet search, and we're going to be inundated with lots and lots of options, right? One of the things that the selection indexes does is it takes that long list, ranks them, and we can go to the top of the list, and now our search space is much smaller, and so it really simplifies that decision that we need to make. The other message I'd encourage you to get out is the profit and sustainability outcomes of using these correct strategies and these new technologies. If you buy a yearling bull with little or no data, versus buying bulls with genomic enhanced EPDs, you're going to do better in the long run by using those bulls with that genomic data behind them. You're going to make decisions better, you're going to take less risk, and you're going to limit your opportunities to make bad decisions. As educators, which I'm encouraging you all to be, there's resources available. So as Jackie mentioned, I write a blog. There's also this ebeef.com website that is a group of 6 of us that are extension educators across the U.S. And we put resources on that website for you all to use.